Well, hello and welcome back to my channel, and hello for the first time if you're new here. So today I have a lovely little cookie recipe. This is a traditional Scottish recipe. So this is traditional Scottish Millionaire Shortbread. It is a shortbread cookie with a yummy caramel topped with chocolate, and then of course you have the options to top the chocolate with other things. Traditional usually doesn't have any toppings, but I decided to top half mine with some sea salt. So stay tuned and make this recipe with me. So first you're going to mix your butter and sugar together. You do not want to cream these, you just want to get them mixed together, but you don't need to whip it on high or for a long period of time to cream them together. You just want to mix them together, make sure they're combined. Then once those are mixed, you're going to add your flour, and again, just mix until combined. You don't want to overwork your dough. You just want to make sure everything's combined. Then you're going to want to go ahead and put this in your parchment paper lined pan and kind of press it out with your hands to get it nice and flat. And then I took a rolling pin and just kind of lightly went over it just to make sure it was pretty good and flat. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can, after this, poke your dough with a fork. I didn't do it, and I didn't have any really bubbling or anything like that, so it was fine. So you're going to place that in your 375 degree preheated oven, and you're going to cook that for anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. It really depends on your pan size, and I was closer to the 30 minutes because I did this large batch. If you make a half batch of this recipe, which it does well with that, you obviously will need, I would start with 15 minutes and just continue from there. You just want it to bake until the edges slightly brown. While those are baking, you're going to start making your caramel sauce. You're going to put your butter, sugar, golden syrup, and condensed milk into your pan, and you're going to heat it until it starts to bubble. Then once it starts to bubble, drop it down to a simmer, and you're going to want to stir this constantly so you don't get anything to stick and start burning. If you do leave it for, it can happen quickly, so if you leave it for a little bit, you'll start to notice some little brown flecks in it, which really is fine. It'll start to mix in as it darkens up and it continues to cook. But you're going to want to stay close and mix this. In the beginning, it's not quite as bad, but once it starts to really get warm, that's when you're really going to want to keep it stirring constantly. And that's going to take about 30 minutes until it gets to a nice golden brown color. So once your shortbread has come out of the oven and your caramel is cooking, you'll want to have made sure that your shortbread has cooled completely. I left mine in the pan to cool because obviously it makes it a heck of a lot easier when you're pouring caramel and melted chocolate on it. So pour your caramel on it. If you want to take your spatula and make sure it's all nice and even, go ahead, and then you're going to set that aside to cool. Once your caramel has set, you're going to melt your chocolate. You're going to put that in a microwave safe bowl, melt it at 30-second increments, and mix in between each 30 seconds. Then you're going to go ahead and pour that over top of your caramel and spread it with an offset spatula or just a regular spatula. And then if you're doing any sea salt or sprinkle on top, go ahead and do that. And I let that cool down a little bit before popping it right into the fridge so it didn't cool down too fast. But you want to get it in the fridge then to make sure everything is set before cutting it into your slices. I did take a creme brulee torch and heat it up a little bit to make it cut through the chocolate a little easier, but that isn't necessary. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you give this recipe a try because it is super yummy. It's a more simple recipe, but it yields really tasty treats, especially if you try it with the sea salt. Sea salt caramel is a really big thing, so sprinkle a little of that on there and give it a try. So I hope you like it. If you do, make sure to smash that like button, and you know the drill. Subscribe and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. And as always, live, love, eat sweets.